I'm sure that we can all agree that 2018 was a great year in terms of film and gaming. We had absolute giants in the film industry such as Avengers Infinity War, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and A Star is Born. Same thing goes with gaming too, with games like Red Dead Redemption 2, Spider-Man, and of course, I couldn't forget, how could I, the ever-growing popularity that Fortnite has managed to grow. But while we all had our eyes glued to our screens, we did not notice the 300 million people worldwide that have depression. Now, I'm sure most of you already know that depression is pretty common. And since there are 12 different types of depression, these contribute even more. If I listed all 12 and all of the symptoms and all the treatments and every which way you get them, we'd be here all night. So instead, I just picked two. First, there's major depression. This is your common stereotypical depression. Some of the symptoms are overeating or not eating enough, a loss of interest or pleasure in activities, and a depressed mood for most of the days of the week, etc. Then there's psychotic depression. The people with this type have all the symptoms of major depression along with psychotic symptoms such as paranoia, delusions, and hallucinations. Now, I'm sure what all of you are thinking. How do we get depression? Because if we know how we get depression, we should be able to, stop us from getting it. Well, sometimes it isn't as easy as you think. Sometimes depression runs in the blood. For example, if you have a family member such as a grandparent, parent, uncle, and etc. that has had depression, you have a little bit of a higher chance of getting depression than someone whose family doesn't. However, this does not mean that you will come down with depression. It just means you have a little bit of a higher chance. This works vice versa too. If your family hasn't had depression, this won't guarantee that you will get depression. It's just you have a lower chance than someone whose family has had depression. Then there's traumatic childhood experiences. Some people, when they were children, had experienced a loss of a pet, a friend, or a family member, and this grief and loss stayed with them throughout their whole lives, eventually manifesting itself into depression. Some people also could have had an abusive relationship with their parents, their uncle, their grandparents. They could have been neglected, starved, dehydrated, could have had no friends, and all of this has managed to stay with them throughout their whole lives. Again, like I said earlier, eventually manifesting into depression. But sometimes it is something you can fix. For example, one of the most leading causes of depression nowadays is social media. If you are actively on social media, for example, 4 or 5 hours a day, tuning in every morning, every night, every afternoon, checking to see the latest news, the news video from your favorite YouTuber, everything, this eventually contributes to depression. Fun fact, in 2009, when the show Avatar was airing, the fans of that show had reported feeling depressed, sometimes coming down with serious cases of depression. This ecstatic case was called the Avatar Blues. Not much of a fun fact though. Now, why don't people who get depression tell someone? I mean, if I had depression, I'd tell someone, right? Right? Well, sometimes it's harder than you think. Some people are afraid of being accused of lying, saying stuff like, oh, well, I don't think you have depression, so you don't have depression. You're lying. Then eventually they get their backs turned on and abandoned. Again, they fear being judged, and exactly like the lion, having their backs turned on and being abandoned and neglected by their closest friends and family. And sometimes they just don't want to get people involved in their messy lives. They see how much of a jumble and a mix-up in their average day is, and they see how their friends and their family have a loving husband/wife, loving kids, a good job, and they don't want to get people involved in that, thinking that it'll totally ruin that whole dynamic. But then, sometimes people are able to muster up enough courage to tell someone. But sadly, most of the time, just like the fear, they get their backs turned up. They get accused of lying, they get judged, they get avoided, thinking that depression is some kind of disease. They get left alone, just like they fear. Then this in turn leads them into a spiral of sadness and grief and sorrow and all those other synonyms for sadness and dissuicide. But if this does get serious and it leads on for years, maybe even decades, this in turn leads them eventually to suicide. They end their own life just to end the sadness that they've been going through. They think things like, the world would be better off without me. I'm worthless. I'll never amount to anything. You can't really blame these people for thinking these things as much as you would blame a person who has a broken back for wanting to use a wheelchair. It's one of their symptoms. The ever-growing depression inside of them, again, allows these ideas to make rational sense, making them think that they're true. And again, they end their lives. Again, enough with all the sad stuff. How do we help? Well, I highly recommend you guys doing research, because I've only given you a sliver of this information. Because there are other types of depression, there are different symptoms, and sometimes a person can be perfectly fine. They may just have one little symptom that you accuse them of having depression. So just research all that. However, if you do research and find that someone has depression, try to include them in your group more. Try and take them to the movies, invite them in your friend group. And let's say they're good at baseball. Play more baseball with them, make them feel like they're worth something. Then, if that doesn't work, you could also sign them up for therapy. They could get help from a licensed professional. Most of the time this works. The therapist helps them get out of the hole that they dug themselves into. There's also hotline numbers, and then you could call those and tell them about your friend, or if you have depression, you could call them, and they will most likely help you, no matter the case. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and just so you know, because this is one of the most frequently asked questions when I present this to people, I myself do not have depression.